Kaspa price update on the macro. We're going to start off by talking about our last video where we left off Kaspa. We looked at this initial bull market start, right? A big move up, almost a 10x here, and then a 70% sell-off. So that's a good place to start with the Fibonacci extension, and that's exactly what we talked about. And now we have some further developments that kind of back some of these fib levels up. So we're going to get into that in today's video. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you want more content like this and more requests, more one-on-one kind of personable help, consider joining our Patreon group. You get access to our private Telegram alerts, and we keep you up to date with a lot of extra stuff, all intraday, everything, like everything you can think of in crypto related and not. Check it out there. All right, so let's get going. The 1618 at, almost 10 cents, right? We blew through that. We flipped that actually to support back here after our big move. So we looked at last video, our 1618, our 2618 is around 35 cents. Then we have a 3618 at 130 and our 423 almost at $3. Could we potentially hit that? Well, by market cap, yes. We're just under 4 billion. So to get all the way up here, we'd be knocking on the door of 50 to 60 billion dollars. Still within the wheelhouse, although maybe improbable, to have it'd be one of the top performers. But in our last video, we said, like, why wouldn't it be this one? It could very well, because it's one of the strongest charts in crypto. Still there, still a green chart. Green and blue are the strongest too. This is how we kind of rate our coins per the charts. Orange is kind of hit or miss. Green is still great, like an A. Blue are like A+, like range highs, all-time highs. Never really looked bad. But green is fantastic. If you could have all of your portfolio in green and blue charts, you'd be doing very well. So let's fast forward. I think the last video we made, we were about right in this area, right before we get to our new Fibonacci scale. So this is going to be really great. We talked about right here, like one of the better performers, right? And looking at this chart, it's like, holy hell. Absolutely. Looks like it's going to go higher. But we've done some consolidating. And that's a good thing because we went on an absolute rip. So we're building a base here. And I would argue an even bigger base. So we're going to look at this high move from around 20 cents all the way back down. We sold 50% off all the way back down to 10 cents. And we built a fantastic base here. So let's now focus on this top move and look at what we did here. So we flipped all these lows for also the previous 1618, if you remember back over here, right? And now we've flipped that into a super base, right? These big touch points are a strong foundation. Separate touch points, months apart. Fantastic. That's what you want to see. If you're forming a low, you want a definitive low zone. And we got that exactly, like between 10 and 11 cents. That's pretty great. So now let's focus on our new Fibonacci extension levels and see if we have anything that kind of lines up. Those are areas of interest. If you can look at, 2 Fibonacci levels, I'm a big fan of this. And they're months, if not maybe a year or so apart or more years apart. And they kind of coincide with each other. Those are going to be zones that you're really going to want to pay attention to when and if you get there. Okay, so now let's look at that. So our 1618 here, around 33 cents. Was that close to our previous Fibonacci extension on the macro from our first initial bull run move? Well, we have our 2618 at 35 cents. So hell yes, you're going to want to be paying attention when Kaspa gets up to this area. Highly probable that will be our next initial hesitation, if not macro hesitation. We don't know if it's going to go above here. So if you're well in profit and we're at, roughly at 33 to 35 cents, let's remember this, that back-to-back fibs are backing this up that are, quite literally months and years apart. Great area. So we get up there. That's still a good bit of ways away, right? So we're still a 2.5x or so from that, over 2x away. That's still only, not even 8 billion market cap. So we could potentially go higher than that, but definitely remember that 33 to 35 cents has 2 fibs. So wake up if you're there. Doesn't mean we have to go higher. Certainly we could. But also keep in mind, Kaspa has done some hell of a great moves over the past, year and a half, 2 years. Okay. So next level, do we have anything else? Well, we don't have anything on the macro, but we do have this 2618 here. So 68 cents. which is, coincidentally about another 2x from our 1618. And from the lows of current prices were, 4.5x. It's about 4.5x there. Okay, so let's scroll on up. Could we potentially still make it up here? Well, yeah. That's not even a 10x away, right? Roughly a 10x. Almost exactly 10x, right? 900% is a 10x. So let's look to the left. Do we have anything again? Yes. So this is going to be another major zone. If we get up here, I would say the absolute top is probably pretty close here, because this is a major move off of the lows. This would be one of the best performers in crypto history if we do this. Now, it's one of the strongest charts, so could it get up there? Will the market cap allow it? Yes. Yes and yes. But this would be kind of, let's not be silly here, right? Don't we get too greedy. So 128 to 140, roughly a 10x from current prices. Again, back-to-back zones. Look at this zone, look at this zone. We have our median zone here, right? 2618. So we have a lot of levels that you can start to dollar cost average or take chunks off the table to secure some profits. If we're lucky enough, and Kaspa is just batshit crazy this cycle, how high could we potentially go? This would be, the Pico limit in my book. And I would kind of doubt that we get this high. Based on the market cap, we're really lifting off, and not just based on market cap. The market cap could go there. But if you take like the ROI from these lows, it gets a little nutty. So I would forecast maybe not being able to get this quite this high, but I think somewhere in here I don't see why we wouldn't. Up in here, sure, we still got a pretty decent chance. So these are definitely zones you want to be considering and remembering for Kaspa. We'll do more of these updates. Certainly, if we get over 1,000 views on this video, I'll do maybe much more regular updates. I think our last update was July or August. So we'll do these a little bit more regularly if we get over 1,000 views here. So share this video where you can, thumbs it up, spread the word on these Kaspa levels. And that's that. So hopefully you found this helpful. Now let's go look at the short-term moves, because let's clear all this out now. We don't need this anymore. What do we like? Look at this bar here. 40% a couple weeks ago. Holding above the EMA 21. Good sign. We don't want to go back below the 8 for sure. So if we go back under like 14 cents with a close, this is our kind of our last hope here, or we're very likely going to go back and retest these lows again. So we don't want to see that. And that's not the odds, right? See this previous swing low? That's where our new swing high is. Good sign, right? If this holds, we could easily do another like big Hulk candle up here to range highs. So don't lose hope yet, right? If you've held through all this from our last video, like 20 cents down to 10 cents, right? I still think Kaspa is going to do quite well. And, at least 30 to 35 cents, I would think, is no brainer. Still under 8 billion market cap. Many coins will do that. Why wouldn't one of the strongest charts? I think it will. So that's kind of looking at the shorter term in the next couple of weeks. I think alt season's right around the corner. Within the next 30 to 45 days or so, we're waiting for a Bitcoin dominance top. Again, we talk about all this stuff, total market caps, in our Telegram alerts group. So again, check that out if you want just to kind of get more updates. So here, let's get to our quote and card of the day, and then we'll cut you loose. In 3 words, I can sum up everything I've learned about life. It goes on. Your best day of your life, the worst day of your life. Life goes on. All right. I won't add anything else. All right, card of the day. Let's get my silly picture out of there and focus on the beautiful. Any guesses? Ferrari? Yes. If you guess the model, I'm pretty impressed. Ferrari F12. You got it. Nobody got it. There you go. The rear. Pretty cool looking. They're a little overpriced for my taste. For like 300-400K, there's other cars. This looks a little too average for 400K, in my opinion. Maybe you love it. Still like it. Like, what's not to like? It's a Ferrari. But a little bit too pricey for the looks. You can get a lot of more exotic looking things. But pretty cool though. All right, Ferrari F12. Hey, I got the matching shirt. Might as well get the car. All right, I'll see you in the next one.